the NX did come up a lot this week because of Eurogamer. They have multiple sources that have finally shed a little bit of light on what the hell the NX is. There have been 1,000 patents and 1,000 rumors swirling around. Mm-hmm. This seems to be inching towards the definitive, but still rumored. But according to Eurogamer, they have sources saying that they're not going to have CDs or DVDs. Cartridge-based, SD card-based, basically, up to 32 gigs, which is surprisingly small for games.
People are saying, like, reacting to that one, like, it's a completely astonishing thing. It's like, you've been paying attention to what they've been doing on 3DS since forever, right?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. It doesn't seem crazy. Everyone's like, oh, going back to like N64 cartridges.
They think
no,
it's
it's SD cards.
Cartridge, it's SD cards.
Yeah, I think those cards that had that same sort of reaction to the reaction. I was like, really, guys? Like, come on now.
Well, what about the size? If they're recommending and rumored to be 32 gig cards, aren't you worried that how much content can you really fit on that? Are they going to let it scale? Like if people want to develop, like, hey, here's a 256 gig card.
Do you know how much a Blu-ray holds? Isn't it like... Do you know, like...
Oh, God, was it 70?
70? Okay, that sounds about right. I was going to say, like, I'd heard
sure.
like 80 at some point.
So.
I don't know. Like, I was going through my PlayStation the other day looking at, like, the games that are installed on there. And, you know, most of them seem to fall within, like, the 18 to 25 gig.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're not that big. Like, the biggest one I have on there is Wolfenstein, and that's mega textures, it's like 50 gigs. But most of them are just like the 20 range.
Yeah.
Also, that could be recommended.
And
you know what I mean? Like, if you go above 32, then it's just on the publisher to, pay for the more expensive cartridge or something.
Could be.
Like that.
But also in this rumor bunch, they're talking about that. Believe it or not, Nintendo's not going to be like a graphical powerhouse, like the chip. It's rumored that like, it's going to be on par, maybe even a slight step backwards. But the big part of this is that it is going to be handheld and console, which people have kind of rumored before, but it's going to have detachable controllers from this portable version. So you can bring it home, detach the controllers, and then sync it up with a little thing plugged into the back of your TV and play that way. Mm. Also, no backwards compatibility. And these are all rumors.
That's surprising, that last part. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if they have the screen that is portable. If you think they made that a touch screen, then... And also there are the rumors, though, that like they're making an NX version of Smash, which is just kind of like a super version of the Smash for the Wii U and stuff like that. So maybe that lends credence to the no backwards compatibility rumors as well, if they're re-releasing all this stuff. Mm-hmm. Are you guys excited about this? Are you going to buy one?
I am really excited about this. I love the idea of like a part portable, part home console. Like I really want my Vita to be that for my PlayStation 4, and it doesn't work at all, and it frustrates me to no end. I love the idea of having like a home console that I can take on the road with me.
Why do you say it doesn't work at all? You're also the guy that hasn't got a PC game running since 2003.
That's true.
Hyper Light Drifter running.
I did get that going. But it just doesn't work. Like the remote play, I will sit 5 feet from my PlayStation 4 and I can't stream games that way. It just doesn't. It just doesn't work.
It's wonky at best. Yeah. I always had the same experience when I tried to play PS4 games with the Vita, and I'd be upstairs and my PlayStation 4 would be downstairs. It'd be super laggy. So yeah.
Like I loved having a Game Boy Advance and a Game Boy Player and like jumping back and forth between those. And if they just kind of consolidate that into one thing where I can just buy one game, like I'm super on board with this. Even like the little things of like being able all rumors, of course, but the idea of like the controller breaking apart and being two pieces. This is a weird specific thing, but I always loved that you could hold the Wii remote and the nunchuck and like keep your hands separated and still play games that way.
So you could give your daughter a half-hearted hug as you're like trying to look past her,
or even just like have the control stick in your left hand, like down by your leg, and like interacting with you. It's like a weird, stupid thing that I like. I like the idea of having a controller that splits apart.
Okay, well I don't understand how this works, and obviously it's all confusing. It's all rumors and whatnot. But if you're breaking apart the controller, basically like. You're taking the sides off a Wii U controller and then you're playing on your TV with those controllers. What is the screen doing? Is it just a second screen experience? Is it just nullified? It doesn't do anything when you're at home?
It would have to do nothing, right?
Why would it have to?
Because otherwise when you're playing it just on that screen, what becomes the second screen to that?
Oh, I suppose so. Yeah, I never thought about that.
You're like an app?
Right.
For your phone?
Could
my
be.
God, it just goes all the way down, doesn't it?
Turtles all the way down. Anyways, Nintendo X, I'm really excited about it.
I'm excited to know what is and isn't just complete BS. I mean,
That's
it's
true.
exciting. Are we excited about the rumor? Is that what you're, okay.
Yes.
I'm excited about, if they turn out to be true, I think this is a cool direction for the console. Because I'm a big, like, proponent of the Wii U. Like, I play a lot of games on my Wii U because I like being able to play off screen, while my kids watching TV. And I was worried that like Nintendo would look at the Wii U and it's like, that didn't do that well. Let's kind of like rethink it and not have an off-screen experience. And I'm glad that's like still going to be the case.
I'm glad they're thinking about your daughter.
Thank you, Nintendo.
I love the idea of you going on a trip and taking that with you, and then your family like excited to play games while you're gone, and there's just this empty hole.
Well,
I guess Dad took it.
Well, I'll leave a little folded card that will say sorry.
I owe you.
Yeah.